Facing the Sea, Spring Flowers Bloom. Common reading 1. The Son of the Sea. Author, Treman. Heise, a representative figure of the new poetry tide in the late 1980s. Be evaluated as a symbol of a poetic era. A poet with a global vision who has contributed to world literature. Today, we will talk about one of Heise's works, Facing the Sea, Spring Blossoms. Have you ever seen the sea? Have you been to the seaside? Want to see the sea again? Why do you want to see the sea? What do you want to see on the beach? What you can see when you face the sea? What did the poet Heise see? Heise said in his poem, Facing the Sea, the Spring Blossoms. The sea is the largest water area on the surface of the earth. So in our early human cognition, the sea symbolizes the vastness. It also means greatness. Why is the sea great? Because it's lower than any river or lake. The sea refuses no river. So, when we lower ourselves down, can accept more of the outside world, and we can be great. The vastness of the sea also compares our human individual small, lonely. So facing the sea is that the poet is facing the loneliness. Face up to your own smallness. That face to the sea cannot see the spring flowers. Yes, or it cannot be seen. Say you can see. This is relatively easy to understand. When the poet is still far away from the coastline. The coast is full of spring flowers. This is finished facing the sea, and the spring flowers bloom. If the poet had his feet in the water, or step right on the shoreline, then he can finish facing the sea. But spring is impossible. Spring flowers can only appear behind the poet. When the poet was writing this poem, be yourself in your heart. Is the witch of the situation. Is both can face the sea, and sit and enjoy the spring flowers. Or can only face the sea, and the spring flowers to stay behind. I think the poet is in the latter situation. The poet faced the loneliness. Leave the warmth to those behind you. Because this poem is generally regarded by the academic circle as the legacy of Heise. It's a farewell to the world. The poet has left the warmth of spring to whom the poem appears. Relatives, strangers. No friend, no lover. A person without a lover is understandable. But it is relatively rare to be seen without a single friend. It is the poet who does not accept his friends. Or that a friend does not accept the poet. Now let's understand Heise. Heise, literally speaking. Heise, the son of the sea, is the son of the broad, is also the son of loneliness. Heise, formerly known as Ja Heise Hung. In 1984, at the age of 20, he made his famous works Asian Copper and Al's Son. Using Heise as a pseudonym for the first time. The last short poem is Spring, 10 Heise. Known as the rural modern poet of the native of China. He was born on March 25, 1964 in Jiaohuan, Huaining County, Anhui Province. Growing up in the countryside. His father was a local tailor. His mother is a rural woman who is in 5th grade. Due to the poverty of the families, Heise's 2 elder sisters died in succession. As a long-haired boy, when he was 5 years old, his father sent him to primary school. Year after year results first. In 1979, he was admitted to the law department of Peking University. Start learning to write poetry. Later, Ja Heise Hung, Luo Yihe and Zixuan were called the 3 poets of Peking University. Poet good friend Nishikawa once recalled. In Heise, in his room, you can't find a TV, an answering machine, or even a radio. Heise writes in poverty, monotony, and loneliness. He can neither dance, swim, nor ride a bike. Heise walked into a restaurant near the school while boredom. He said to the boss, "I'll read my poems to everyone. Can you give me wine?" The boss looked up at the young man. The answer said, "I can give you wine, but don't read it here. In 1983, at the age of 19, he graduated from Peking University and was assigned to China University of Political Science and Law in Beijing. He teaches courses such as philosophy. He does not attend meetings and activities organized by the school and the department. Because of the poet temperament is very maverick character. A girl in Heise's class fell in love with Heise. So it is a very old plot. But because Heise does not participate in various school activities other than classes. So every month only get the basic salary, and the bonus and so on all deducted. The family's financial situation is the same as what Zhao Benchen said, the only electrical appliance is a flashlight. The second brother faces the repeat study, the third brother, the fourth brother is in school. Heise once asked his father to quit his job and go out. I went south to Hainan to run a newspaper together with my classmates from Peking University. But he was firmly opposed by his father Jia Zhangquan. In the end, the love affair failed because of the woman's family opposition. In addition to Luo Yihe, editor of October magazine. No one talked to him. When he went to Sichuan with his proud work, he was criticized by Sichuan poets. On March 26, 1989, at the age of 25, he committed suicide in Shanhaiguan. He took 4 books with him when he committed suicide. One of them is the Bible. So it seems that Heise was indeed a lonely person. Lonely and go to the great. This is the son of the sea.